Hi guys, it's Belle here with the first flip through of the first week of my October daily 2021. I am behind, not everything is finished. It has been a super hectic month. I am hoping this weekend I will catch up on everything, so let's just get into it. Again, I will leave the playlist of my previous year's October dailies so you can have a look at what I did then. This year's is probably not as decorated as usual just because I have been so busy, and I have done pages that are maybe a little bit plainer than usual, but I still like the look of it. So let's get started. I still haven't done the tag for here. I'm putting my cutter parts. Again, for those of you that didn't watch my introduction video, I will leave a link to that. I'm hoping that's in shot. I will leave a link to that. I'm using Pinkoddbird's prompts, October daily prompts, as well as a mix of memory keeping. So let's get started. So the prompt for day one was paint, draw or collage a full moon. And this worked really well because in the little golden book I'm using, the first pages were about the wolfman that had a full moon. So first of all, I used a fabric tab and put a little moon charm. I've been doing a lot more photography again. I used to love photography. And these are some of my actual photographs that I have taken of the moon. I particularly love the detail on this one. It's just beautiful. So I did some background paper, some vellum and music paper, because the moon always makes me think of Dracula and, you know, the children of the night, what sweet music they make. So again, sorry, bad accent. Mounted the photos, put vellum and black cards stitched around them. Got some little bats that I also embossed. So that's the first part of the page, but I also did this. You see the little moon. It just works so well. So this is a moon card technique that I did following a tutorial by Sabrina Ann a couple of years ago. She put that tutorial up. I'll try and link it. So I've used distress inks and water and pens. I ripped and torn it. I've put the bats in front of it. And then I had a book of moon poems. So I just picked one I liked by Ruth Pitter that's called An Old Woman Speaks to the Moon. Painted the background, did some stars with white gel pen, added some more embossed bats. And what I'm trying to do in this one, it's weird where you come up with these kind of things. But not only am I trying to use a lot more of my own photographs, but I'm actually trying to hide the prompts because this year, April did a cutter part sheet. So the prompt is here, paint, draw or collage a full moon. So, and I just spoke about how important the moon is to me and what I did on the first day of October. So this is day 2. And the prompt is, Dr. Frankenstein has asked you to create an animal companion for his monster. What does it look like? I had some of these from J. Lee Lowe, I believe it is. She's on Etsy and she does these paper doll sets, and she had this one and I use bits from all of the different dolls. I think you get 3 dolls, and this is my monster. And the background is actually, I have a vintage animal book, and it actually has like animal skeletons in it and things like that. So I've collaged the whole background with that vintage animal book, as well as some sort of what looked electrical from another vintage book of mine. I've actually crackle glazed the wings and the eyes and used the numbers. All the numbers I'm using are from, I think it was last year, Priscilla released the Craftin. She's brought out new numbers for this year, but I really like these. They went with what I'm doing. I've made this crate out of an embossing folder and inked it and everything. And if I pull these out, you can see like one of the animal skeletons there. And here's like a monster coming out. So I made these jars. Well, again, these are vintage illustrations from a book I had. And they look a bit like those specimen jars you'd get in a Victorian science laboratory. And then I've made this little envelope, And this is a sticker from a friend, and I've put a wax seal on the back, and inside I've put the prompt. That's where I've hidden it. And I wrote this letter. 2nd of October 1801. Dr. Frankenstein, when you requested an animal companion for your monster, I was filled with both excitement and trepidation. My experiments are still in the early phases, and it has been difficult blending both your own and Dr. Moreau's work in ways that has had satisfying results. Your faith in me has helped give me the boost and determination I needed to keep trying. I have found that amphibians and reptiles are the best candidates for my experiments, but as you can imagine, they are not always the easiest creatures to find. However, I hope your monster will enjoy its animal companion, part frog, alligator, crab, muntjac, deer, and owl. The creature is sturdy, versatile, and an oddity that perfectly reflects your own monster's oddity. I will be sending it on its way to you with my apprentice Adelaide, as well as the notes I have made on its creation. Your grateful fellow creationist, Dr. B. Lavigne. So this is like the frog bit. These are the crabs, alligator legs, wings of the owl, and the antlers are a muntjac deer. That was day 2. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cute. So day 3, the create a spooky ghost. It was as simple as that. Again, this is perfect. It's a house. It's got graveyards. It's like she was working with my book. So I backed this with some Tim Holtz card, and then I followed a tutorial because I can't draw. I followed a tutorial on YouTube to create this ghost. I've varnished the ghost as well. I've inked it. I've put it at slight angle dimension. I hope that's picking up so that it seems to pop off the page and still has a bit of movement. I did a bit of a collage here, down here. This is actually some out of a Dracula book down there, and a bit of tea stain in there. And then this is a vintage photo. Again, I'm trying to include photos. This isn't one of me. This is one I had a mustache. I painted and then embossed this wooden frame. I painted it black and then used a Tim Holtz embossing powder that was a brown. It might be vintage photo. So it gives it this kind of wood brown effect. And then I also heated the photo of my heat gun to give this burnt and then cracked effect in there. So it's like the ghost going through the holes of this house. And then just in here is where I've hidden the prompt. And it's the same paper as the actual paper of the wallpaper. So that's day 3. Day 4, I had so much fun with this. The prompt was depict your own enchanted amulet. Well, if I was going to have an amulet, it would definitely be a gothic type necklace. So I've got, again, I did some decoupaging on the back with some tissue paper that I had, some decoupage crow paper, and again, some vampire book page from Dracula, because we've got Dracula here. I feel like this might be kind of one of the necklaces one of the ladies in Dracula would wear. So we got some black lace. I die cut this piece, then gilded it in like a bronze gilding wax to match this piece down here. I then used dried flowers. So I cut out the middle piece, put some paper behind that looked like writing, used a lot of dried flowers, stitched it on with some acetate in the front. Then you have this dangly piece down here, which I hope you can see, sort of dangles off the book. I've put some black gems on the side, and then this actually opens up. The prompt is inside, and if I had an amulet, it would definitely have a locket. But this is like a spell amulet. So the writing in the back made me think of an old parchment spell. And then the flowers are the different parts of the spell. And you'd probably put like maybe little bits of crystal inside, maybe some runes. And then inside the amulet, you could also use it for more spell work and stuff. So yeah, that is mine. I really like how that turned out. I think it's really pretty. day 5, this page really creeps me out. I don't like looking at it. Day 5, the monster from your worst nightmare comes to life. What is it? What does it look like? So realistically, zombies are one of the monsters I hate most, and I don't like dreaming about them. That freaks me out. But the other thing I really, really hate is those Japanese horror movies. I used to watch so many of them, and Korean horror movies when I was younger. And things like the original Ring and things like that. That girl, that really creepy girl who, she sort of crawls out and her body all twists and you hear the cracking and she's just silent in a corner, and like the fingers can drag along the wall and there might just be a freaky eye looking at. Oh my god, I really hate this page. So this is day 5. Again, I've used Tim Holtz. I've printed out some images. I've inked and stitched around. I've used some words and some lace. I've put a Tim Holtz tag that says scary, because it is. And then, because I wanted to be creative and add a photo, really wish I hadn't, I took a photo of myself in that kind of style. So I sort of used some makeup to darken my eyes and mouth. I don't even know if you can see my eyes and mouth properly. I pushed all my hair in front. I used some photo filters and techniques. And then I put, so it looks like this lady over here a little bit. And then I stitched vellum on top. Sorry, it's just such a creepy face. It's such a creepy page. And then put the scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within our souls. Just the ideas, you might be in a corner somewhere, or you might wake up in the middle of the night and hear scratching and see fingers crawling through the attic. Oh no, it's horrible. And in here I've added a little card, says haunted. I've still got to write on the back. This is where the prompt is. And I just need to write about it, but the page freaks me out and I don't want to spend any more time on it. So we're moving on. Day 6, create your own poem centered around the title Black Rose. Black Roses? Black Rose. Now, I don't know if any of you are a fan of Scandinavian rocks, particularly Finlandian rock, but I have loved for many, 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 many years a band called the Rasmus, who are from Finland, and they actually have a song out called Black Roses, and it might even be the title of one of their CDs. So, yes, CDs, not downloads. I'm sure you can download it, but this was the time of CDs. Anyway, so I really struggled to get that out of my head when trying to come up with a poem. But anyway, I did. So I used some, this was actually on the page from the book. I made this. This is one of my tea stain sort of really thin papers that's got black markings on it. Over here, I used some background paper, then cut out these leaves because they look like stems of a rose. I didn't have any roses, so I die cut my own. I don't know whether to put gems in the middle or not. It might be overkill. I had one of these spare tarot cards that's got black roses on it. This is a tag. I've got to write all about, again, the prompts on here. I've got to write all about what inspired me and everything like that. So this is some vintage book paper, Edgar Allan Poe, some wax. So the poem. There she stood amongst a swirl of colour, coated in shadows, velvet and lace. Her darkness called to me from afar, I unable to resist. Her hand so pale and cold took mine within, and to the garden we did go. The moon's silver kisses lit our path, and her exotic scent enchanted me so. All night we talked and stories shared, yet never her name did she give. When from weariness I slept, the shadows took her back within. The sun's warm embrace did awaken. Everywhere I searched for my shadow queen, yet no one knew whom I spoke of, the only trace left beside me. A shadow rose with velvet petals, a scent familiar from her skin, a stem so pale and fragile. For my black rose, the search begins. Now, it's not my best poem, but I couldn't get the song out of my head. I've used some washi down the side, some more wax. I've used a wax seal that had a rose. And what I really like is the dangle from the opposite page from the amulet kind of goes with this page. So that was day 6. Day 7, love this one. If you could fly on something, what would it be? It will be no surprise to anyone who knows me, but it would be a dragon. I love dragons. I am born in the year of the dragon. I have dragons everywhere. They are like my favourite mythical creature, and they have been, well, since forever. So this is a simple page. I did some watercolouring on the music paper. Didn't really like it. Ended up covering it with this scrapbook paper and then this image I printed out. I actually have this image on my fridge as a magnet. Used some vintage dictionary page that actually has the word dragon on it, and then it has dragnet, dragonfly, dragonish, dragon's blood. Did some gilding down here because, you know, dragons love their gold. That would definitely be me and my dragon. Then I've got this great, it's like a fabric paper. I don't know how to explain it. It's fabric on one side, but it's shiny on the other, or it's felt on one side. And it reminded me of dragon scales, and I love the look of it. So I made a big pocket out of this. This is from a book, some more vintage dictionary, big bronze D, some brads, pocket behind. And again, I haven't written yet about this one, but this was a journaling card from an October daily a few years ago that I still had spare, and this is obviously like a dragon gargoyle. I've put the prompt on here because it fits really well, because it had purple on and it's purple on the back, and again some vintage dictionary page. And I'm going to write all about how I would fly on my dragons. Obviously I love Maleficent as well. She's my favourite Disney villain, and she turns into a dragon. Dragons are a huge part of my life, and I love them, and I would definitely have my own dragon. We would be companions. And there's a little dragon charm just there. So that's day 7. I will leave it there for now. I've already done a few of the other pages, but I do have to catch up, but I should be able to catch up this weekend. And let me know what you think down below. Did you like my poem? Do you like my scary photo? I don't like it. Does anyone watch that Kevin Hart's thing where he says pineapples? He doesn't like something. That's a pineapple page. Sorry if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, really love my ghost. I was happy with that. Love the amulet, how that's turned out. So yes, I will be back again with all this craziness, and hopefully not so much spooky creepiness. Let me know what you think of the idea of a mix of photos and things. I'm really enjoying playing with that concept. Obviously with most dailies, if I'm doing memory keeping, I add a lot of photography, but this year I wanted to take that one step further and add a lot more photography in a different way. I know I did it last year with my costume page, so definitely check that out if you're interested, where I dressed up kind of like a plague doctor and filtered it and everything. And yeah, let me know what creature you would fly on, or if you could fly on something, what would it be? And I will be back again soon. If you like this crazy video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed but have enjoyed this madness, then please hit that subscription button. And I will be back again soon, caught up on the rest of my October daily. And as I said, if you're interested, check out the playlist. I will leave all the links to things down below, and I will be back again very soon. Until then, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots of spooky, crafty fun, and thank you for watching. Bye.